Hello. I think everything's working. Oh, you know what? We got an intro to this thing. Let's roll the intro. That was the intro. Okay, here we go. So, my name is Kev. Here's a little project I've been working on here for a while. In a game called Planet Coaster, and well, we'll just kind of fill you in on the details as we go along. Well, first of all, okay, when I was a teenager, back in Kansas City, Missouri, I worked at a theme park there called Worlds of Fun. Worlds of Fun is still there. It obviously is a lot different now today than it was, back in the 70s and 80s, back when I was around there. But anyway, I thought it'd be kind of cool, and I've actually tried this before in a couple of other games, but Planet Coaster seems to be about the best one I've found where I think I can kind of make this look fairly realistic to how it used to look back then. So that's back in those days. So that's what we're doing here. Oh, let's what should we do first here? First of all, so this is a map of the park. And obviously 1970, this is the way it looked in 1976, more or less. I mean, it's a map, it's not an actual photo, but it's a pretty good, I mean, it's when they did this, they were actually fairly accurate to how the park, how it existed back then. So anyway, that's what I thought it would be kind of fun to do. Try to recreate this park in this game, Planet Coaster, as close as I can get it to kind of how it was back in those years. And today, this is our first live stream. I've actually been working on this for a while, but this is the first time I've done a live stream about this. So here we go. Let's just kind of see what happens. Today, now I'm gonna, if you can see, I'm circling this area right over here. This whole place over here, this was called the, right there, Scandinavia. This was the Scandinavia part of the park. Obviously, everything over there was themed kind of like you're in Scandinavia, basically. You get the idea. Anyway, I'm circling. If you can see, I'm circling these buildings right here, okay? These were some shops that were in that part of the park, and that just kind of happens to be what I'm working on, first of all, in this video. Planet Coaster. If you've ever played this, pretty cool little game. I've had it for quite a few years now, actually. So here we go. We'll jump into this thing. There you go. Does it every time. Oh, let me check these settings real quick. Okay, we're good. You can see I got a few parks that I work on, but this is the one we're working on today. Worlds of Fun Reimagined with Planet Coaster. Can't really recreate it because obviously we can't do. The game has limitations. You can't make it exactly the way it was, but the idea is to get it as close as we can. So here we go. Hopefully you get a little enjoyment out of this. The park is loading. There we go. I can stop the time there. Okay, so I was doing a little landscaping there last time. Anyway, here we go. This is the, so here's the park. You can see I've kind of done a few things already, but there's obviously a lot more to do. I mean, this is far from being a a complete park. But I've been working on it for a while. Obviously, like right here. This is where the ticket booths were. They're not anymore. This used to be the main entrance. It's not the main entrance anymore. But anyway, you can see I still got a lot of work to do. But let's go back. This is the area we're looking at. Scandinavia. This area right over here. And these are the buildings that I'm talking about that used to be there. They're not there anymore. But it was basically some shops. I've got 4 kind of going here. Still working on them. So this is what we're looking at. Let me go to a couple of pictures. Give you an idea of what we're doing here. Okay. Okay, now this is, I believe this was taken in the 90s, 1990s. This is the building right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of raised parts of the roof. Got the triangle things going on there. The building obviously comes out a little bit out of the sides here. So that's one picture that I've kind of been using as a reference. Look at this one. It's not the best angle. Now, obviously, these are different. You know, they would paint these things different colors over the years. This is kind of one end, but that's what we're looking at. Where's this other one? Let's look at this one. There you go. That's a pretty good look. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you've got some of this stuff, got some vending machines and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to add all that, but this is what we're working with, basically, right? Let's get back into the game. Perfect. All right, so yeah, here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what we're going with. I had put these bottom, I guess call it bottom parts, these white things. I'm not really liking how that's looking. And I can't even remember why I even put them there in the first place, because when I look back at those pictures, there's nothing like that on it. They just come down to just basically this might be why I did that, because of these yellow pieces of wood sticking down here. That might be, I guess that's maybe why I did what I did. But I'm going to change it somehow, because I'm not really kind of liking how that looks. So we'll figure out something. We'll figure out something here as we go along. Okay. But you can see I've already kind of started building out of the side here. If you remember in those pictures, there was kind of like some, what do you call that, lattice work or something out over the top of this. So we'll just kind of see what we can do here. I'm liking the way that looks right there. You can see this is where, like I say, this is where that marionette show was, the roller coaster right over here. This is not a marionette. There is no marionette show in this game. You can't put that in there, so I just put in something. This thing kind of looks like a stage with a piano and stuff, and I got a little juggler over here, so it's not really a marionette show, but you get the idea. All right, but look, back to the project over here. So I've got this much built so far, these little roof things. I'm going to come over here. Actually, I have to connect that somehow. I guess I'm just going to do something. You know, actually, let me work on this front first. Maybe I just need to make that not white. Maybe that'll look good. You can change the colors of these boards here. What would be a good color? What's this color? (5E3 E17). Let's just see what that looks like if I change that. It might be okay. Just do that to all of them. Okay. I don't know. Still looks a little light. I have to make that a little darker. But you know what? I think I like it better than the white for sure. I do. I wonder if I even need... we might need the one on the bottom. Let's see what it looks like with that one. I'm going to make these darker first. Hang on. Let's make these a little bit darker. Oh, here we go. Make it match a little bit better. Oh, here we go. Not looking too bad. Right? I think I like that. Yeah, I like that better than the white, for sure. Okay, let's go with that. And very good. Let's do the same thing over here. Yeah. Oh, we got rid of this bottom one, didn't we? Yep. So these look a little lighter because basically they're the sun. The sun is shining more on these than these. So that's why that looks a little different, but that's okay. But it matches that other brown better, a lot better. So we'll go with that. Now the beauty of this game is you can always come back and change it later, obviously, as we just did. So you're not really locked into anything. Now what I do though, every time I do something like that, make sure I save it. Nothing worse than doing something and you forget to save it, and then, you know, whatever, game crashes where you lose power and you lose what you just did. No fun. All right, what do we got going on over here? Nothing crazy. Okay, so let's continue on this building here. What are we gonna do? Got to connect this somehow, because you can see it's open there, and I want it to have it. I want it to be connected to these roofs. I think. Tell you what I might do. I want it to be wood. And if I want it to be wood, it's probably going to have to be this. There's only one kind of flat roof that's wood, which is this one. Let's just see what it looks like. Man, it's already going to stick. It's going to stick out. Yeah, we'll see. This game can be kind of janky. See, yeah, if I stick it at that level, it's going to stick out of that, and I don't want to do that. See, I don't want that. I don't want it sticking out. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit. Let's get rid of this one. Let's just see what I can do with this. Can I lower this enough? Oh, see, I got that red thing there too. These red pieces sticking down. Can we do it right about there? Maybe? And that's gonna connect everything pretty good, it looks like. What's that gonna do to the inside of my shop? Oh, I think that's fine. You're not going to see it inside the shop? Okay. I think we're okay. All right, let's do that. Let's just do it like that. 2648, that's the building number of that piece of roof there. So we'll just add on. Okay. I think this will work. 2648. Right? Okay, now obviously we don't want this sticking out back here. So, here's what you can do. And then we don't want it out here either. So we'll fix that. Click on that one. Separate it. And now we can move it. We can move it independently now. And so we can get rid of seeing this edge out here. Because I don't like that. I don't like that. And we can just slide it right about there. So now you can't see it. You can't see it on the back, which is nice. And we can do the same thing over here with this piece. Separate it. And now we can move this piece independently. Just like this. To where we're back to just seeing that those boards on the front. There we go. Just like that. How close do we want that? That's going to hang down a little bit. What does that look like? Does that look right? Yeah. I might move that a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got some room to play with that. Okay, I think I like that a little better. Because in that picture, I don't know if you noticed, it does kind of... There's not a whole lot hanging down from the front there. It's kind of basically a recessed area, if that's a good way to explain it. So I could have that right about there. Yeah, basically coming out to meet those red pieces of wood. What do you think? So now you got a nice roof connecting to the building. Looks pretty good from the front. I think we can go with that. Right? What's this? I think these were just some pieces of wood that I had. Oh, I had to do something to kind of do that. I'll just leave it like that. That's all right. I think that'll be okay. Until I figure out I want to change it again. I think we're going to go with that. Just like that for now. So how did we do that again? We got to do it over here now. Same thing. You just go to this. Everything is lined up with these stores. So this is all lined up with this store right here. So we're starting everything with this store. And then we can move everything later. But for right now, let's just get one of these pieces of... Oh, you know what? Actually... I think I want to do to make sure everything's at the right height. Well, we can still do it this way. A couple different ways you can do things. Let's just do it like this. Get that flat roof, just pop it on top. Right there. Okay. Get rid of this one. And basically just the same thing. Separate it. The idea is you want this one now to be the same height as these. So what I'm going to do with that, I could have just actually built onto these and tried to line it up with that store, but that gets to be kind of complicated. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to kind of use my eyeballs and lower this one until it looks about at the same height as this one over here. That looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. Right about there. We'll see what happens. I think that looks pretty close. Okay, so now, same thing. So now this is building 2651. So we just add on to 2651. Just like that. And now the same thing. We'll just slide this, separate it, and slide. Separate and slide. That's how we're going to do this. Now we might have a little issue here with this angle. We'll see what happens. But for right now, let's just get it to where it's at least not showing out the back. Yeah, we might have to, we'll see what happens. When we connect this back here, we can play around with that. But at least it's not sticking out the back there. And then at the front, same thing. separate, and slide. So just slide this in. You can kind of do it like this, maybe. Look at it from underneath. Oh, see, this one doesn't have that piece of wood like this does. Interesting. Maybe I don't need that. Because that's about where that should be, according to this one. Right? Yeah, I've got this wood here for a reason, so I probably need to have it over here as well. Yeah. These are just two pieces of column is what that is. Wooden column, 2 meters. All right. Well, let's just do it. Wooden column. 2 meters. That's a post. That's a column. 2 meters. Right? Need 2 of them. Apparently. One there. One there. I wonder if I can flip that. Oh, I can't. That's pretty much where it's going to be. All right, I can't flip them, but I can move them. Yes, I can. And then we'll just, same way, look at it from the bottom. What is going on here? I'm losing my top piece of board somewhere in there. Hang on. What happened to my top piece of board? I must have accidentally killed it somehow. How did I do that? Huh. That is weird. It is very strange. How did that happen? Well, here's what we're going to do. Duplicate that one. I don't know how, I don't know where it went, but it is definitely gone. Oh well, whatever. So I'm going to do this like this. Line it up like that. Oh, You kidding me? Stay there when I let go. Okay. So that's lined up on the front side. The front is all good. Now we gotta even it up over here. Like that. And then just raise it. Bingo! Bongo! Now, we should just be able to slide these back in. Like this. This game can be so janky sometimes. All right, I think that's good. So now those are looking kind of the same. Okay. I got a little gap here that I would like to fix. Basically, what I could do, I can just add another log here, a column, wooden column. Separate and move. Can I flip it? Yeah. Angle snap. Okay. Yep. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just good enough to where it looks like at least they did their job. Instead of leaving a gap, just slide it like that to where it looks like it's more complete. Oh, but now it's sticking out down here. Well, we can fix that later. I know how we can fix that. Don't you worry, childrens. As long as this front looks pretty good. Yeah. So there we go. Gap is gone. Yeah, all this back here we can. There's some things we can do back here to clean that up. A little bit later. Time for a drink. Yeah, I like that better. And now both of my stores here are now connected to these front roofs, which is nice. Let's work on this back end. How are we going to do this? Here in the back. I don't need to really worry about this grass because we're going to have a wall. Nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to see that grass back here. Let's see what this is going to look like back here in the back. Painted wood batten wall. All right, that goes there. This is just going to be a straight line out from this one. So let's just do that. And we can either do that and then move it, or I think I like this idea better. Let's do it off of this one. Right there. Now I can just click on that piece, separate, and watch it. We can just slide this wherever we need to slide it to. I'm still gonna need a little more on that one too, looks like. Alright. You're gonna make me do it. Yep. Separate that one. So we'll just slide these to where they look pretty good. I think that's going to be about the easiest way to do that. To that point, and then slide this one, right there. That'll be all right. All right, so that's going to be fine. And this is not sticking out too far, so that's good. We can actually move this a little bit. Because see how this one goes to about there? We can do the same thing over here. And still be okay as far as touching the front part. Yeah. Okay. So this is, you can see how this is kind of, this is taking shape. Very good. Make these all the same color. I think that's that 5E3E17. Why isn't that changing color? That one did. Okay. Good. All right. Backside looking pretty good. So that's going to be the idea. We're just going to do that all the way around. So we get our shops looking nice. Yeah, I like that front better now instead of that white. Oh, I had these white boards. Yeah, I just had these white boards out here just to basically tell me I had to do something with these pieces of yellow sticking down. So I think that looks better like that. Yeah, that will work. All right. And I had this, I was using this just for, as a guide, as where to put all these triangles, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. But that's not going to stay there. In case you were wondering. This is how you see these roofs. I had to hand make all these roofs. Basically, I took all these pieces right here and just randomly put them all together to make the roof on all of these. I think it came out pretty good. Okay, what we're gonna do next year. I guess we can just do that front wall between these. See how complicated that's gonna be. Hopefully not. Hopefully not very complicated. But you can see how this looks pretty good from the underside here. Basic wood connecting. Okay. Let's do a wall between these two. So that's gonna be right there, 2375. Yep. Boom. That might be all we need. That might be all we need to actually connect these, because remember how we put this storefront over here. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. That might be it. Let's change color. So it matches. And let's go ahead and put that shop front on this one. Dune Delights. Shop front. Yeah, right there. Oh, beautiful. I don't have to do anything. Matches up to it right there. Perfecto. All right, let's change the color. Nice. That looks pretty good. I also have to add these columns on all these other ones, but I wanted to kind of get this building built first before I started putting a lot of that stuff on the outside. outside parts. Okay. See, I don't even need any side walls because we're gonna have a roof over the top. Nobody's gonna see all that. Just like the grass. See, no, you're not gonna be able to see the grass inside there. So we can just let that stay like it is. Now here, though, we are gonna have. I want this to be an area. So you know what? I am gonna put some walls over here because I've got this part of the path kind of sticking out. Let's get rid of this. I don't need that in there. Oh, I think I know what I was doing with that. It was just showing me, reminding me that I need to put a wall there eventually, which is what we're gonna do right now. So I can move that. I can move that out. Okay. Wall here. Wall on this one. Right? Color. Okay. So now I'm going to put a wall here. See, it's not going to be wide enough to go the whole way. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to put that there for now. Change the color. And now I got to move it. So we'll separate and move it because we want it to be over the edge of that brick. We'll just slide it on down. Just like that. And now what I will do is I will just build onto this to close that. I could make that look kind of cool and have a little door going. We'll worry about that later. Worry about that later. Let's just build the extra part, the extra piece. Right there. Obviously, I gotta move it. So we gotta separate it. Oh, hang on. I like what that told me. We'll change that right now. Okay. Now we'll separate. And just slide it over. So we can just place it where it needs to be placed. I always like to kind of match it to the other wall, wherever. See how those line up a little bit? Those ridges. Make it look pretty decent, like that. There we go. And then on the inside of the store, you can't see anything. Good, perfect, because it's not sticking out too far. Yeah, that's good. That's how we do that. Okay, so now we got a wall right there. That looks pretty good, I do believe. Nice. And then back here, we can just do this straight across. This is part of this building, 2403. That like that. And I could just leave it like that, but I don't know. You know what? I might actually even build a little more out here to make it look like, you know, maybe they had to have a little extra storage area back here. Yeah. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's coming together. Absolutely. But anyway, that's just what I do with this park to try and make it look, like I say, like it did back in the 70s and 80s, even the 90s a little bit. Like this roller coaster, Shush Boomer, it's long gone. But if you went to the park back in those years, I'm sure you rode this thing. It was a great little ride. But and I've still got some work to do on this, build the house and everything for it. But there it is, Shush Boomer. Maybe we'll make that the next live that we work on. Do a little work on the Shush Boomer, because we still got some stuff to do to it. But I like how these shops are looking. These shops are looking like they used to look, by golly. Still got a little work to do. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. Wrap up this live stream. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the video later if you didn't catch it live. And hopefully you enjoy this journey that we're on here. Worlds of Fun, Kansas City, Missouri. But, you know, making it look like it did back in the old days. Back in the day, as they say. The park actually opened in 1973. And I worked there for a couple of years in the late 70s. So that's kind of what I'm going for. How the park looked back when I worked there, when I was a teenager. All right. Anyway, again, thanks for stopping by, and we're going to wrap this one up, and we will see you next time. Thank you.